Hurricane Ida batters Louisiana. Conditions worsened in New Orleans Sunday night when the entire city lost power. Entergy New Orleans blamed the storm for catastrophic transmission damage that left the entire city in the dark. No answer yet on when the power will be restored. Ida made landfall earlier Sunday near Grand Isle, Louisiana, as a Category 4 storm with winds of 150 miles an hour. The only road out of the city was under 6 feet of water. Buildings housing emergency services were also underwater. It struck on the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. The storm shredded buildings as the eye wall moved on shore. In Cutoff, Louisiana, the storm blew the roof off the Lady of the Sea Hospital. Ida is weakening as it moves inland, but it's still wreaking havoc. In Laplace, about 2 hours north, streets turned into rivers. More than 800,000 people in Louisiana were without power late Sunday. More than 20,000 in Mississippi.
It was hectic. They had people crying, you had people fainting out there. Some people just haven't seen nothing like that before.
Just get to right before the interstate.
I can't see the first car that drove up to save it. There's somebody in there, I think. I think there's...
Ida has left dozens trapped in flash floods in Louisiana. At least one levee overtopped, sending water rushing through 2 Jefferson Parish towns. People were stranded on their roofs waiting for rescuers to come, but conditions were still too bad to send crews in overnight. Ida's storm surge and rain triggered a flash flood emergency in Laplace. Families were stranded in their attics as water rose Sunday night. Water even entered a hotel where evacuees were. Ida is blamed for at least one death. Officials say the victim was killed by a falling tree. Trees and power lines fell across southeastern Louisiana as Ida slammed on shore. It made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane Sunday afternoon. The storm left all of New Orleans in the dark. And as of this morning, there were still more than 1 million power outages.
So I do want to say that we are waiting for the parish president as well as the JPSO chief sheriff, to get here to give us an update on their water rescue efforts, as well as just the parish information that folks need to know about. It appears that they did bring at least 2 or maybe 3 boats back of people that they did rescues with. From where we were earlier, we were made to come back a little ways away, trying to clear the command post that they've kind of created for the sheriff's office, as well as these other agencies that are helping out with this water rescue. So we're not able to go up to speak with anybody that appears to have been a part of that rescue mission. So maybe if they're able to walk back this way, we'll be able to speak with some folks about their experience, riding out the storm up into this point to being rescued.
Came force winds trying to pass through the roads. They were impassable because of the rising surge. So they knocked on the door of that hotel, and the manager inside let them come in and spend the night in the hotel lobby. This morning, when we emerged from that hotel, the damage to homes, to buildings, very significant. And we spoke with one sheriff deputy who told us overnight they conducted dozens of water rescues, trying to get to those people who chose to stay in their home but were trapped by rising waters. Anne-Marie.
Category 4. But this storm was different. It was a relentless fury of a pivoting storm that moved over this location for hours. An analogy I've been using, but I think this is an apt way to say it. It is like taking a direct hit from a 50-mile wide EF3 tornado with winds over 140 miles per hour. Talking to residents, talking to some of the evacuees at the hotel that we're located at, they came here to seek shelter. They thought this storm would be more of a storm surge and flood threat. Now, of course, that's ongoing in some locations, but just in our immediate vicinity, the winds have been the major story here. The wind factor will be catastrophic as we get first daylight within the coming hours. Very scary moments, not only for my team, but for the people who seek shelter here. You can imagine the people who don't have sturdy, concrete, reinforced window buildings within the Terrebonne Parish where I'm located, what they went through and what they're going to be waking up to this morning. The sounds of generators humming in the background, all too familiar from previous hurricane chases. We have had helicopters flying overhead, which is unusual because it's still nighttime here. They don't usually do damage assessment until the sunlight comes up. And wow, what a extraordinarily scary situation for the residents here on the ground in Houma, Louisiana. The catastrophic wind will be the big story here.